Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Thursday, January 11, 2024, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. Every action we take sends out an energetic vibration into the world that is heard in the form of a request or command for this universe. Now, when our body takes action, it actually shifts the molecules around you on a physical level. It is directly linked to the types of things, people, and situations that we manifest. Our actions sculpt our world just like a sculptor molds clay to create a beautiful piece of art. Each time we say or do anything in this world, we are molding the energetic and physical reality around us. We're always taking action of some kind or another. Even sitting cross-legged, meditating in silence is a type of action. Question is, are we taking actions born from divine inspiration? Every time we take action with an expanded, inspired heart, we inadvertently magnetize more of what we truly want, need, and desire into our lives. On the other hand, when we take any actions from a space of hesitation, heaviness, resentment, or general lack of excitement, we send out a negative vibration which boomerangs back to you in the form of unwanted experiences. An interesting fact is that the word inspired was derived from the Latin word inspirare, which means to breathe into. We are literally breathing life into our dreams every time we use inspiration, or inspirare in Latin, to guide our actions. Just like breathing is natural and happens of its own accord, so can inspiration naturally arise within us. Being inspired is actually our most natural state of being, when we are the most relaxed and at ease. We are naturally inspired by life. We can truly listen to our heart and know exactly what it feels compelled to do. You may notice how children are naturally inspired to do things, especially when they are allowed free time to be themselves and have fun with the other kids. Have you ever noticed how much exuberance they carry in the moment they realize they are free? Where do you need to realize that you are this free in your life? What if you were always free and were just pretending and playing along with some old story that you weren't? The next time you are inspired to do something, do not think twice about doing it. Just jump into action and do it with a smile on your face. Every time you take action from any alive, fun, inspired place, you're tapping into the boundless energy of your infinite soul. which will leave you feeling rejuvenated, more conscious, and liberated. Spontaneous inspired actions are an extremely powerful vehicle for increasing our manifesting vibration. Now, when they are combined with the fuel of a free, childlike joy in our hearts, this universe will allow us to manifest anything we want in our lives. Perhaps you're wondering how you can begin to feel inspired and take massive action in your life when you only feel like lying on your couch watching TV all day long. First of all, let's start with visualizing the ideal dream life you want to create. Dream big. Let your heart get you excited about being alive. See yourself feeling exuberant, full of energy, overflowing with abundance, love, and time. Visualize that you are having, doing, and living your life's dream. Let these feelings sink deeply into every cell throughout your body. After you've taken a few minutes to visualize the life you want, then take one physically energetic action that you want to do today. Maybe going for a walk, riding a bike, cleaning your house, washing the car. The more energy you can spend today, the more energy you'll have tomorrow. When you become a lazy couch potato one day, you're just sending an energetic message into this universe to receive more sluggish, low vibrational experiences the next day. We all are incredible masters at repeating habits. The question is, what habit do you most want to be repeating? I'm going to share with you 6 great secrets to break any old sloth-like habits and tap into the divine power of inspired actions this week. Experience a super stillness inside. It's an interesting thing that when we stop all movement of the body-mind and rest deeply into the deep wellspring of stillness inside of us, surge of creativity, inspiration, and energy rises up within us. We instantly feel more inspired. Once we reside in stillness for a few minutes, quiet that constantly moving body and incessant chattering mind. If our mind is caught in the rat race of getting ahead in this life, and we cannot seem to summon the energy to sit still and do nothing, just sit as if you were a solid stone statue. The body will continue breathing for you. You just relax for some time in this total solid stillness. Be patient. Listen to the current energy. And consciousness that is underneath it all. Now, when you cannot find stillness after many weeks of sitting, then you're literally trying too hard. A lot of people do this. Let go of all the efforting. Just relax into your beingness. You don't have to manifest anything to be happy. Happiness is your natural state. When the mind has truly let go of attachment to all desires, we effortlessly discover a place where there is an abundance of joy bubbling up from inside. Crucial for all of us to bring our attention to our breath. The mind is used to being in control and leading the way through our lives. Now, if you'd like to take back the reins, start with following the breath movement in your body. You will naturally harness the outrageous power of the mind by following your breath very closely. Follow it as if you are trying to catch the tail of a sea snake swimming through the ocean. You ever seen them? They're quite fast. Keep your attention on it as it moves up and down in figure eights and flows in and out. Simply go with however deep or shallow it goes. You'll soon access a great resource of energy, awareness, and inspiration by practicing this trick. You'll also find the silence beneath the mind chatter. After a few minutes, a powerful awareness will ignite in you, and you'll find a great energy inside you. It is always there. Yet the breath is the key to unlocking it. By remaining for 5 to 10 minutes, continuously following the breath, you'll reboot your entire system and open up your body-mind to divine inspiration. The breath is the life force of God, and by paying attention to its presence, you'll start hearing and feeling major inspiration everywhere you go. We are always breathing, so there is always an opportunity to follow it. It is one of the easiest ways to discover our natural state of divine inspiration, which has always been inside of us. Now, sometimes we've got to prime our inspiration pump, because when the inspiration well is dry, just press on your inspiration pump a few times to get the flow going. You ever heard of people, they said they go off somewhere and they need to be inspired? This is singers, authors, lots of people. They're just not inspired. They're kind of in a funk. Now, a few ways to prime your pump includes meditating on inspiring people who you admire, reading inspiring quotes, thinking about the greatest inspirational events in the past, or contemplating doing the most inspired action you could imagine doing in your life. Ask yourself, what is that one inspired action that would truly bring me closer to making my dreams a living reality? Now, if our mind starts to go blank or try to answer the question with logic and reason, prime your inspiration pump. Keep focusing on the most heart-opening images, actions, and courageous acts and feats of love you can imagine. Then, apply this energy to your life. Simply take the first action step that comes into your mind without even thinking about it. Take notice of any hesitant, fearful, doubting thoughts that arise like, what will happen if I do that? We've all done that. Some people say, what's going to happen if I do that? I'm not going to do that because I don't know what's going to happen. Or, is there something better that I should be doing? And don't buy into the story. Inspiration never came from over-analysis. So don't try to figure it all out. Practice trusting your inner knowing knows what is best, and take action. You will be completely amazed at how one crazy, small, inspired action can awaken a tremendous flow of inspirational energy and attract many amazing things into our lives. You just cannot imagine any inspired actions if you can't, right? That make your heart sing. Then go back to sitting like a stone statue for 1 hour in silence. When the mind is quiet enough, the inspiration naturally comes. The mind is quiet enough, the inspiration naturally comes. You might want to have like a journal. I have journals, and whenever I get, when I have a thought or a feeling, I write it down. You'd be amazed on the power just in doing that. Now, when you have been too busy to be inspired by anything, or have been sitting around waiting for life to reward you with inspired goodies, you may have a rusty inspiration engine. If you don't know how to be inspired, then create the place, time, and situation to feel inspired. Schedule 10 minutes a day to stop everything you're doing. Write down only fun, inspired, exciting actions that make your heart sing. And when you've written everything you can think of in 8 minutes, read through your list and wait until another idea arises. Do this exercise daily, and you will feed the inspiration fire so much fuel that you'll be inspired for weeks to come. Inspired thoughts grow upon themselves and tend to multiply. By writing down every exciting new idea that is formed in our brain, we are training our heart, our real inspiration machine, to continuously expand with total joy. Take action right now. Create a special inspirational journal. Put it next to your bed or wherever you're most likely to use it. And set the intention when you are going to use it. It's good to keep it close to you so that any time a spontaneous inspirational idea comes in, you can immediately write it down. Now, all of us can commit to being an inspiration-aholic. There is tremendous power when we are committed to one thing in our lives. By trusting 100% in the energy of divine inspiration, we can let go of being in control of our life. Allow ourselves to be addicted to inspiration. As it turns out, any idea can potentially become an inspired one, even if it does not fully excite you at first. You ever done that? You ever these people are talking about something and they're really excited about it, and you're kind of excited, not over the top, but you're a little bit excited, not a big deal. Now, by trusting 100% in the energy of divine inspiration, you can let go of being in control of your life. Allow yourself to be addicted to inspiration. As it turns out, any idea can potentially become an inspired one, right? Even if it doesn't fully excite us at first. With a deep resolution, commitment, and devotion to focusing only on inspired thoughts, feelings, and actions, we will never be bored again. Once we move into full devotion to welcoming as much inspiration as we can handle, our energy expands and attracts inspired people, opportunities, abundance, joy into our daily lives. As we deepen our commitment, we will naturally become in touch with the divine inspiration that is always radiating from our very core. Reaffirm your commitment to yourselves, at least several times a day for several weeks. Soon, you'll naturally start trusting this as how you can live your entire life. A life of inspiration. Breathe 30 seconds in spirit. If you've done everything under the sun and are still not feeling inspired, your body is emotionally blocked in some way. To relieve yourself from any stuckness inside, place your attention on the part of your body that feels most tight and tense, and breathe into it. Start breathing very slowly and deeply into this area, and notice if there are any images or feelings that arise. Whatever shows up, acknowledge it. Let it go, and then start inhaling the most exciting thoughts you can handle for 30 seconds in a row into that same area. Imagine you are doing those things that are truly exhilarating, stimulating, thrilling, invigorating, spine-tingling, energizing, and arousing to your soul. Then take a 30-second break from all exciting thoughts and relax into the calm spiritual essence of your being. Pause and feel the vastness of this infinite universe that we all live in. Let whatever needs to bubble up inside you arise, and repeat the entire process again. Let your breath be your guide. Allow it to take you deeper into your body. In a few minutes of this exercise, you can completely align yourself with your infinite potentiality of your being. Sometimes, all the squeaky wheel needs is a little movement to get things rolling again. To get the inspiration valve open, do just one inspired action that will instigate some movement towards manifesting your dreams. Even the smallest action will do. It could be a phone call, letter, the email, or just writing down a few ideas. Whatever you do, don't just think about doing something inspiring and not do it. This practice is about getting into action mode and being in touch with that passionate, spontaneous heart inside you. Notice what will motivate you to actually follow through with doing the thing you know will make your life better. Do whatever it takes to take that leap of faith and make the one inspired action step happen before the end of today, if at all possible. Then write down another inspired action for tomorrow. Maybe the same action as the first. Key is to do one inspired action today to get the wheel turning. We have energy everywhere around us. I mean, we really are in this massive ocean of pure energy. And all of us are energy. Omnipotently powerful. But many of us, we have this huge reservoir, right? And we have a faucet. The problem is, we don't know how to turn the faucet on. That's what happened. And the majority of us on this planet do not know how to turn the faucet on. Now, you can look at your reservoir. It's huge. It's endless. It's all this energy just sitting there. And how frustrating would that be to know that you don't know how to turn the faucet on to let that energy just flow? And it's funny because, you know, the capital E, motion. Energy and motion. Emotion. And our feelings are the energetic superfuel from which every physical manifestation in our life was created. Every one. Every person, situation, and thing that we wanted or didn't want to manifest into our lives happened because there was a strong positive or negative feeling behind some thought that you had. Nothing is coincidence or by chance in this world. We are vibrational beings, molding our world based on the ideas and emotions we unconsciously entertain. By being more open and sensitive to our feelings, we will naturally discover the very source of all feelings, where we can truly master our emotions and effortlessly attract our greatest dream. We all need feelings to manifest our dreams. What would be the point of winning the lotto jackpot if you didn't feel elated? You know, like, so what do you think? Bah. Emotions are what make this life a rich and juicy ride. Without them, we might as well be a sand bug buried in the Sahara Desert. Our feelings are what allow us to tap into the divine experiences within our souls, as well as the small, limited, humble sensations that make us human. Without tapping into our emotional nature, we cannot connect with love, be loved by, and have compassion for people around us. Can't. Without tapping into our emotional nature, we cannot connect with love, be loved by, and have compassion for people around us. So, if we want to live a rich, full life, it is time for us to remove all our judgments and fears about our feelings and let go of whatever beliefs that have been restricting us from being wildly alive. No, I can't do this. No, I can't do this. Oh, I better not do that. Okay, I can't do that. Now, people who are deeply in touch with their feelings hold a special gift for creating amazing relationships, as well as the greatest secret to remaining aligned with their highest manifesting vibration. These beings have the ability to truly dive into any feeling, welcome it completely, and then let that feeling grow and surge within their body. By dwelling on the feeling of what it's like to have already manifested your desires, your desired outcome, you are communicating a request to this universe, stating that you actually want this experience to manifest. And sure, you can visualize your dream car is going to magically materialize until you are blue in the face. Yet, you have little chance in manifesting it with effortless ease until you can feel yourself sitting in that car with your hands gripping the wheel, cruising down the road while blasting your favorite song, with the breeze blowing through your hair. Now, let's take this emotional journey to a more personal level. Imagine that your physical body is the car you'll be driving throughout your life. One of its jobs is to deliver you safely and joyously to each destination that you desire. The feelings that you create about where you are headed in your life are fueling this manifesting vehicle, giving it the juice to move you forward. Now, without your feeling, all you'd have is a parked car stuck in the garage gathering dust. Now, if you'd want to drive your car to the land of nirvana and the highest possible gear and speed, you simply do one thing. And that is open yourself up to being a more alive, sensitive, emotional being. From this space, you can access the most powerful experiences in this universe of feeling loved, grateful, excited, centered, peaceful, and confident about who you truly are. So you may be wondering, how can a person be in tune with all their feelings that arise throughout the day while still remaining focused on the joy, gratitude, and excitement of manifesting their dream? The secret here is to allow ourselves to feel each feeling we have in the moment so fully, deeply, and completely that we can truly digest it and let it go. The more intimate we can become with our emotional body, the easier it is to process through any challenging experience that bubbles up. Now, if we cannot let go of a certain feeling, you'll notice that it tends to attract similar situations in people. The key is in the art of allowing and knowing that everything is transient in this life. And yes, this feeling too shall soon pass, so why not explore it fully? The main reason why emotions have become such a challenge for us is that they were, for people, is that they were trained not to deal with them. As a member of this modern society, we were most likely conditioned to remain up in the control tower of the head and suppress our feelings below. You may feel uncomfortable with any public display of emotion and think you should always remain poised and in control. From the time you were young, you may have internalized messages from your parents such as stop crying or stop being angry, and over time you may have learned to automatically stifle your feelings and become like a robot that does the right thing and is impervious to any wild feeling that comes your way. No, I can't do that. No, I'm not going to do that. Oh, it'd be fun, but no, I'm not doing it. As a child, we were all like a great genie who could manifest any experience we wanted. With the awesome power of imagination, we were totally free to invent whatever experience we desired. Now, if you decide to imagine having a tea party with the King or Queen of England, or whoever, you were truly there in your mind and perhaps had personal conversations with them. Your imagination was your entire world for many, many, many years. Then, as you grew larger, tested your boundaries, your behavior may not have been agreeable with society's standards, so you were shoved into an emotional bottle. After years of being contained by parents, limiting beliefs, and tight social standards, your true magical powers were bound under some double-plated glass. This way, you would be accepted by the crowd, become like the rest of the flock, never engage in the experience of being wild, free, and the complete master of your world. The discovery to freeing ourselves from any childhood prison that we still might be trapped in today is in befriending our emotions. This means we are giving ourselves total permission to feel anything and everything that shows up, especially from our childhood. The greatest paradox about this secret is that if we can allow ourselves to feel an outrageous sense of failure, then we can also access the feelings of unstoppable success. Once we feel one side of the spectrum and relax into it, the emotional pendulum will naturally swing to the other end on its own accord. It may feel scary to let yourself feel things that are dark, depressing, angry, or inside, sad inside you. Yet when you're free to experience these heavier emotions, you also liberate yourself to engage in the lighter feelings such as total joy, outrageous bliss, and absolute freedom. The greatest joy of all of this is that we cannot completely control our feelings, nor would we want to. When we keep certain emotions buried underground, they will eventually find their way out to be expressed. That's why people who repress years of guilt, self-blame, and anger end up contracting diseases, cancer. The body has to release these energies in some way if they are not going to be expressed emotionally. Make the commitment now to letting yourself be an emotional human being. Give your body permission to feel whatever it's feeling, and you'll soon discover there's a whole new world that exists inside you. What would be the biggest, if you discover, right, that slowing down and enjoying life is not only the scenery you miss by going too fast, you also miss the sense of where you are going and why they canter. Now, this is an interesting experiment. You might want to try it or do it. When you purposely slow down, you will then slow the time around you down. I'm not kidding you. When you purposely slow down, you will slow the time around you down. Things will pop in much better. You will be able to do many different things at a slow pace. It's no different than when you're under the gun with the time element and you're constantly looking at the time. you don't realize that you're manifesting time to accelerate. This is why a lot of people on this planet say, well, you know, time has speeded up ridiculously. That's because you've speeded up. Other people that have slowed down don't notice that. They look at time as just slow and easy. When you slow down in this life, you can actually feel its sweet, powerful presence. The divine is present here now within every thought, feeling, and activity that moves through us. With slowing our life down, driving in stop and go traffic for 4 hours suddenly becomes a gateway to the divine. See, that's the rat race. This is what we watch and we see. We don't judge, we just watch. See everything in a hurry. It's a blur, isn't it? Rushing here, rushing there, having to get here, having to get there. You know, putting this front and center all the time. Drive, 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 drive. Now, isn't this funny? We know eventually we'll leave these bodies. We don't know when, date and time yet. But right in this now, we don't know when we're going to leave the bodies. And by literally accelerating everything, you're speeding up the process. It's a magic, really. It really is. When you understand that everything around you, the atmosphere around you, is just jam-packed with energy. It really is. Because you're energy in that body. Pure. Photon light energy. Just absolutely, omnipotently powerful. It's like I've talked about before, when you get you face forward and you're just jackrabbiting through life. Now, you're not looking, as you go, you're not looking to your right, you're just looking straight ahead. You're not noticing all the wonderful things that you're passing by. Well, maybe I'll stop off here for a while. Enjoy myself. We are conditioned to keep like a herd, to keep moving forward. Gotta get there. Where are you going? Don't know yet, but I know I got to get there. You could ask everybody in the rat race. You know, you could kind of come down and say, where are you going? I don't know, but everybody's going this way, I'm going that way. Going this way. Everybody's shuffling along. Every now and then, someone peels off and goes on their own. And you watch them and they slow way down. You ever heard the term, they're in a hurry to get nowhere? Because when we do this, what happens is we accelerate it. That's how powerful we are. Change the molecular structure around us. You ever notice that, does it feel good for you? Ask yourself this question. Does it feel really, did you deeply feel when you're rushing or hurrying, does it feel good to you? I would believe or think not. So when you're hurrying, and most people do, we've all been there, none of us are exempt from it, but we don't really give it much attention, do we? Or have you been in a frustrating situation where, we've all done this too, where you look at the clock and go, oh my gosh, I'm late. And then you everything ramps up. You ever notice that in your body? You start your breath, your movements, when you're in a hurry, you're fumbling, you're doing. It's amazing. And then you finally get wherever it is that you're late for. And you're worry, stressing, and feeling, and, about my credibility, wondering what people are going to think of me. I'm 15 minutes late. I should have been there early. And you get there, and it's a big deal. Why do we hurry? Why? Ask yourself at the times that you do. Or do you feel like you're always in that mode? You feel like you're missing something or missing out on something. So how does that work for you? So everything's a blur, this life, when we race through our day. Like we are signed up for the Winter Olympics, basically, and it's this big race. And the day becomes one forgettable scene after another with little or no connection to the calm, peaceful ocean of bliss found deeper within our being. When any of us stop and choose to live our lives at the speed of nature, how fast your hair grows, you feel that you actually have the time to perceive the beauty of each sunset. And you can see the divinity reflecting within you. Anytime you relapse and start speed skating across the surface of your life, you replace and remember one thing. The underlying peace, joy, and total fulfillment abides at the core of your being. You already are this peaceful, bliss-filled being that you are seeking. By rushing along at breakneck speeds to get somewhere better, you fly right on by the sacred, sweet treasure deeper within. See, because what are we doing? We're looking outside of ourselves. Now, the more conscious we are, the easier it is to master our mind, the outcomes it manifests into our world. We are all creative geniuses behind every moment of our lives along the way. So why not create exactly what makes your heart sing? Be present to this moment, enough to see that your life is always unfolding with the most divine intelligence behind it. And from this perspective, we realize that everything happens in our lives for a bigger reason. Nothing occurs by luck or misfortune. It's because on some deeper level or a more intelligent aspect of ourself intended it to. Now, when you are already entangled deep in the rushing habit and you've also have developed a poverty-stricken relationship with time, when time is not abundant, suffering instantly begins. When you are always in a rush mode or live with a tight grip around the clock, you'll always feel you're running late, constantly falling behind an overpacked schedule while showing up in a neurotic state under delivering your divine essence to everyone. It's really good to know that these are the secrets to creating suffering. Living at top speed, how could anyone connect with all the expansive cosmic truth of their innermost being? Can't. Without time for inner relaxation in our day, there is no way this true pleasure can sneak in. And the secret to stop violating our soul now is creating a new relationship with time, one where we have an abundance of it, and we are its master. Time doesn't master you unless you let it. It doesn't work that way. You're the master. We allow time to master us. You ever notice that? And because of our conditioning, we just kind of, oh, well, that's the way it is, right? Every time we rush through an experience, we miss the opportunity to create a more amazing life around us. Rushing narrows all the pathways in our brain, blinds us from seeing the infinite possibilities all around us, and the simple, sweet power within our very soul gets easily bypassed in the multitude of things to do in a fast-paced, hurried lifestyle. Our innermost being is so sweet and precious. Do not miss it. We only have this moment to experience it now. And now, that moment is not gone. It is there. It is here, now, ready for us again. Life always happens one moment at a time. And no moment is ever repeated. When this moment, this experience is deeply savored, you can always find this awesome, precious gem, even in this life's most unwanted moment. Being in a hurry, true life experiences, or postpone them when they have too much on their plate and feel that they have to do it all. If you feel you're obligated to do anything, you aren't planning on enjoying it. You see? It's a big thing on this planet. If you feel you're obligated to doing anything, you aren't planning on enjoying it. This is a lot of people. They don't enjoy what they do. They say, well, I have to do this. I don't like doing this, but I'll have to do it. And they bring all kinds of negative frequencies with them. Now, when you feel you're obligated to do anything, remember, you aren't planning on enjoying it. And when you approach your have-tos in this life as get-tos, everything changes. Then you can meet and greet your day with an open-minded, positive consciousness. Then you are truly able to enjoy any experience that floats your way, no matter what it is. Life is always giving us gifts that we can enjoy. Each moment has one. If you're too rushed or uncaring to receive it, then you've missed life completely. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close this out. Take an easy, slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Ask for what you really want. Send out a clear, heartfelt intention into the infinite loving universe that every desire you have is effortlessly manifesting for you. Take this moment to stop and relax into feeling this intention is real right now. Become 100% absorbed in knowing that all of your dreams are already coming your way. Surrender to understanding that a great manifestation power is already working within you, doing its job perfectly. Fantastic. It's already done. Your main wish for today is manifesting for you very soon. The cool thing is that you didn't even have to say abracadabra. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here Friday, January 12, 2024, 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call, and 9 p.m. Eastern to continue our reverse aging health call. We're going to have some more interesting formulations on there for people. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest. Eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you or outside of you.